Hello, friends. Hi, how are we today? I hope we are all doing well. I am doing fantastic. I am here for the week of January 13th through the 19th. When? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I don't know why I think that should be the 20th. Anyway, I am using this beautiful kit from Let's Planet. It is winter vibes and bookish vibes, and I think you're just gonna go see a theme for all of my stuff this year. Just like so much fun. Anyway, this was a very uneventful week, and I am still trying to figure out this planner, if we're going to be honest. So we realized in the last spread, and if you haven't seen that, I will have to link it in the iCard up above, but we realized in the last spread I really can't exactly pull up I can't really pull up the headers because it's just too high up on the page for some headers and date covers. They hit the top. I think I could probably get away with it for the Let's Planet ones, but I digress. Anyway, I've put obviously my headers down, and then I put the second line. It's supposed to be bottom washi, but I used it as date covers instead because it's the same thickness as a header. And I did the straight across again. I know, oh no, I did the last week before as a scatter, so never mind. When I'm unfamiliar with things, my go-to is to do a straight across. Anywho, I did it this week. It was good. And I think I really enjoyed how it turned out. I really enjoyed how I was able to lay the stickers down. It's a beautiful kit, and I loved bringing the green into January. Typically, I use blue kits, brown kits, gray kits, colder kits. Obviously, it's a colder month, but this cool tone green with the books was a vibe, and it was really, I think, perfect. Also very nice right now as we are currently in the hottest of hot weather that I've ever come across in my entire life. It's the worst. I hate it. So I am just currently doing a voiceover for you. My goodness. My kids are upstairs quietly watching TV. They had a really big day today. I don't usually let them watch TV the way that I have the last couple days, but in this heat, my kiddo had his first field trip today, my big kid, and my little guy is actually home with the flu right now. They say it's the flu. I don't know it's the flu. He has a class of like 20 kids, and 8 of them went home within a 4-hour period at school, but they were only exposed to each other for 4 hours, so whatever it is went around that room so fast. And I mean, it's little kids, it's probably noro, and if that's the case, then we're all doomed in this household. But I pulled in the habit trackers for this kit, and then I went ahead and I pulled in a currently reading to put in my sidebar. And then I put not today. I have just not been loving cooking dinner lately. A, it's so warm, but B, it's really hard to get food that everyone likes. My littlest eats everything, but there are some things that are tried and true that are just really good in this house he will not eat, and my big guy is a very picky eater. It's a sensory issue, so I am making 2 meals a night, and that's the way that the dietitian has said to do it, and that's okay. That's okay. We're coping, but oh boy, is it a lot of work in the moment. So I'm over meals, put not today down, and then I put in my meals. And then at the bottom, I really couldn't figure out what I wanted to do here, if we were going to be totally honest about it. I didn't love it. I pulled in some washi from Simply Gilded. It actually matches the kit beautifully. I should have added it more into the spread. I've only got it in this corner, but like, it was a good place filler. I was trying to figure out which one looks better. Now on camera, the one with the silver foil looks a lot greener. It did match the spread a lot better, but this was almost a perfect match. It's sage green and it's kind of perfect. It's gold foil. It's really beautiful. So I really enjoyed it, and I guess I must have been really slow when I was doing this spread, because I feel like, yeah, this is sped up to 2.5 times the speed. So I was taking my sweet time. Anyway, I did not tear the bottom washi, in case anyone was wondering. But I was very worried about tearing it, and then I had to bring in my X-Acto knife for that tiny, teeny, little, itty-bitty bit. I think this looks nice. I think it looks nice on the bottom washi. And it just, I don't know. It goes with the vibe. I'm running on vibes recently. Anyway, let's get into my day by day, even though not a lot happened. So I've decided that what I like to do is when I'm working in the office, I use one icon, or emoji, or little person, whatever, character sticker, thank you. When I work from home, I like to use another. And this was a perfect chance to bring in some of my Fox and Cactus character stickers. So how I ended up doing it this week was on the days that I worked from home this week, I marked them with my Fox and Cactus girls that were the green pastel girls. And then on the days that I worked in office, I used my Paper and Milk Marus to note that I worked in office. I'm running really low on those. And I think I've said it before in previous spreads, but I really dislike finishing sheets when I know that I can't get more. But that's hoarder mentality. So it's time to use them up and finish them. So on Monday, I worked from home. And then because I worked from home, I had a little bit more time in my day. And I did a voiceover. So I used a Coffee Monsters co-emoji for that. And because I worked from home, I went on a lunchtime walk. You'll see coming up soon, I start to implement that in my day-to-day. Which I've really enjoyed at the office. Not every day. It's not every day manageable, but it's 30 minutes with a coworker. We go get a tea or a coffee, and round trip it's 2 kilometers, and it's just a great way to get some steps into your day. So I thought, what better time to bring in my green Fox and Cactus footwear icon, just to note that I did a lunchtime walk. Then after work and after school, I did drawing with my little guy, so I used a Coffee Monsters co-emoji for that. And then I did another 20 minutes at 2.8 to 3 speed on my walking pad. I'm still figuring out how I want to mark my walking pad. I had thought that I had those squish stickers, but I guess I was wrong. So then after I did that, I edited and uploaded my video. On Tuesday, I worked in office, and I had a no-spend day. So I just put an emoji with a savings jar, because every day that I'm not spending money, I am saving money. Then I used, I think I was explaining in my last Play With Me again, I was trying to use up my big emojis. Now Helen does all of them the same size, but it used to be like big, medium, small. So I used her big one that says Mom Boss to note that I mom bossed and I de-escalated a situation that could have easily gotten out of hand with my big guy. He was very volatile at this point. So I'm really glad, and it was worth marking in my planner. Then I had a podcast binge. I just listened for hours this evening, and I showered, and then I went for a 1.4 kilometer walk on this day. The podcast binge script and the icon is from Sweet Tea Sticker Co. The shower is a squish from Fox and Cactus, and we've already been over where the shoe is from. On Wednesday, I had another work in office today, and I was in my feelings. I was not having a good time. So I used a squidge from Stick With The Plan Co. And then I had lunch with my coworker, Saisha, and I do believe we went out to Harvey's for lunch. So a burger was perfect. I had a horrible bus ride home. And then I ended up, it was so bad I ordered McDonald's for the kids. Then I did my walking pad again, and while I was on my walking pad, I watched the Australian Open. On Thursday, I worked from home, and I did a workout I just took about a 10-minute break, and I did a little workout, and I love the Fox and Cactus Rose with her little booty doing some squats, because I love a squat. And then I used another Sweet Tea Sticker Co. icon and script combo with the dishes, but I did write in Never Ending, because, oh my god, there were so many that day. Then Unfortunately, I had to do constipation intervention for my littlest, which, nope, nope, we do not like that. So we immediately figured that one out because we don't want another situation with my big guy with my littlest. And then I was so exhausted from the day, I just went to bed super early. On Friday, it was another work from home day, and I placed an order for the Prairie Planner for her 7-year anniversary bundle. And I used a squish to note that, and then another Fox and Cactus Productive but Crying to note that I had a really rough day at work. Couldn't tell you why, but it was awful. Then I had a little walk to the grocery store just to pick up a couple of things that I needed on lunch. It's always nice to go on a walk at lunch. And then that evening, I decided I wanted to do a movie day with my boys, so I did some movie time with the kids. The script is from The Kit, and the icon is from Sweet Tea Sticker Co. I'll move the planner up in a second. And then I just brought in a very old TV from the Coffee Mattress Co. to note that I was watching Drag Race UK. Then I did 20 minutes on the walking pad that evening. I decided at this point I didn't want to put the speeds into the walking pads because I just felt like that was not it. It's in my bullet journal. I don't need it in my planner. Then on the Saturday, I started my day voiceovering and uploading a video. And then I took my big guy to skating from 9 to 9:50 in the morning. That's great. Nothing good to mark that. We went to groceries that day, and then I did 47 minutes on my walking pad, so a 5K on my walking pad. On Sunday, we went to Lynn Shores, which is the area close to us where you can like feed the birds. The kids love it. And I marked it with a Prairie Planner little chipmunk, and then I had a nap with the Paper and Milk Maru. I read Fourth Wing all afternoon. And then I played, or my big guy and my husband played Lego for a while. We had to do another suppository situation and then a huge meltdown for my big guy. It wasn't fun. So I spent the rest of my evening reading Fourth Wing. And that was my entire week. I just pulled the leftovers from the kit that I wanted to keep into my leftovers album. And then I completed the spread. And I just thought, I really like how it turned out. It turned out really beautiful. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.